Peace to everybody. I just got this breaking news about John Singleton taking off of life support. This was an agonizing decision, so I guess the family has decided to take him off of life support. And as you can see here in the picture is John Singleton. Director John Singleton was taken off of life support, Fox News has learned. So they just found out about it themselves too. The Singleton family told Fox News Monday it was an agonizing decision that they made over a number of days with the careful counsel of John's doctors. It was really hard for the Singleton to make this decision about him being off of life support, and it's not easy to have a family member that you want to take off life support because it's hard enough that the family is going through this right now. John Singleton, a prolific, groundbreaking director who had changed the game and opened doors in Hollywood, a world that was just a few miles away, yet worlds away from the neighborhood in which he grew up, the statement said. He was a groundbreaking director. He directed some movies that you would never thought he would, but he did really good with the movies that he has done. And of course, there was a neighborhood that he grew up in that was really dear to him. Singleton had been in a coma following a stroke last week. The director's family had previously announced that he had a stroke on April 17th, but there had been no details revealed about the seriousness of his condition. So April 17th, he had a heart attack. He was rushed to the hospital immediately. And now there's no details revealed about his seriousness of condition for that day. Monday's statement said John loved nothing more than giving opportunities to new talent, and his films came to be known for career-making roles with actors who the industry would come to embrace, talent such as Tupac Shakur, Regina King, Cuba Gooding Jr., Terrence Howard, Ice Cube, Tyrese, and Taraji P. Henson. And so he gave a lot of talent to these people that he has named, and they all adored him very much. And of course, I don't know who this is, but they didn't make a full video or full photo of the person. We are grateful to his fans, friends, and colleagues for the outpour of love and prayers during the incredibly difficult time. We want to thank all the doctors at Cedars-Sinai for the impeccable care he received. And so all the fans were grateful, and so were the friends of John Singleton, and they thanked all the doctors for a wonderful care they gave John Singleton because they knew how important he was to them. According to his family, Singleton quietly struggled with hypertension and asked the fans learn about the condition by going to heart.org. So there is a website that you can go to. It's called heart.org. And you can learn about hypertension because that's what he was struggling with. The 51-year-old director of Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, and other films has been in intensive care in a Los Angeles hospital. A court filing last week by his mother, Sheila Ward, requested that she be appointed Singleton's temporary conservator in order to make medical and financial decisions while he is incapacitated. I wouldn't even really trust the mother because after she misrepresented him about his condition, saying that he was in a coma last week or whatever, That I wouldn't trust her really, but now you have no choice but to make her appointed conservator for all these medical financial decisions. Singleton was nominated for an Oscar for 1991's Boys in the Hood. His other films include Poetic Justice, starring Janet Jackson, and his recent projects include the TV series Snowfall. So, yeah, he was an Oscar winner. He was nominated, of course, in 1991's Boys in the Hood. The TV series Snowfall, I never heard of it, so I'm not really sure what that's about at all. But he also did Poetic Justice, with starring Janet Jackson and, of course, Tupac Shakur. His friends, colleagues, and admirers were wishing him well as word of his poor health spread. Shonda Rhimes, the Reverend L. Sharpton, and fellow director Ava DuVernay were among those offering prayers on Twitter. Now, how did Al Sharpton get in the middle of this? You would think he's out rallying somewhere, but instead he took to Twitter to offering prayers to him. But Shonda Rhimes, I'm not sure who she is. And then there's Ava DuVernay also sending prayers. Singleton became the first black filmmaker to receive an Oscar nomination when he was cited for his debut feature, Boys in the Hood, set in his native Los Angeles and released in 1991. His other films include Poetic Justice, which starred Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur, and Rosewood. Singleton's recent projects include the TV series Snowfall, a crime drama set in 1980s Los Angeles. So no, I know about Rosewood. That one was with Morris Chestnut, and that only ran for one season. So that was a legacy right there. But yeah, he did Poetic Justice, other movies that he has done also, and plus this new series that's on whatever channel called Snowfall. You can find Sasha Savitsky on Twitter. So yeah, if you have Twitter, please go find that person and say the prayers for the family and that. So this way that they can receive, so the Singleton family can have all the prayers that they need right now. Leave your comments below. I am out.